What's going on, guys? JB Lion back with another video, and today we are doing the match review for Aston Villa versus Chelsea that happened last night. Like I always say before I start any of my videos, if you're new around here, please do hit the sub button. If you like the videos, hit the like button. If you want to know when I upload my content, please do hit the bell icon. But let's get straight into this game review. What an absolute game it was. It was a classic game of football. Both teams absolutely going at it, throwing everything they had at it, and just leaving nothing left on the pitch. And I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think if you're a football fan, not just a Chelsea fan or a Villa fan, but a football fan in general, you would have very much enjoyed that game, because that game was an absolute slobber knocker, as Jim Moss would say it back in the old WWE days. And yeah, like I said, we absolutely gave it everything, and so did Villa, so fair play to them. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So obviously the game started out, you know, it was a bit like I say, a bit cagey. Both teams wasn't 100% sure of what was going on, and then Villa did strike first. Leon Bailey just ran down the wing, given way too much room. Harto just didn't do good enough, breezed past him, crossed it across. Ollie Watkins dummied it, and then Douglas Costa did a flick goal and it went in. Given that he was meant to be a player who was meant to join us, or well, not meant to join us, but you know, we inquired about him and he went and scored against us. It was kind of like, fair play Douglas Costa, you know. So yeah, they went 1-0 up, and I was just getting so frustrated watching, because time and time again, so Villa, to be fair to them, I'll give it to Villa, they did this corner tactic where obviously we're known a bit like Arsenal, because we've done the same tactics, where we're putting the ball right on top of the goalkeeper and causing absolute chaos in there. So the way Villa combated that, which is kind of what we did against Arsenal, was just took loads of players out of the box. So Chelsea basically had 4 players out of the box, but what was happening was Villa were getting the first contact on the ball because a lot of our defenders were staying back, and then they were countering on us, and they almost made it 2-0 with Ollie Watkins. But then we really turned on the spice. We really finally found our feet, found our confidence. You know, to be fair, we pretty much dominated Villa throughout the game. You know, we dominated Villa throughout the game. Villa had a few, like I say, a few counter chances. They did put the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-1 at the time. But other than that, we were very confident. But yeah, João Pedro turned up. Beautiful ball through, down Gusto. So Villa were holding an extremely high line. And for some reason, they didn't change it throughout the game, but they were holding a high line. So we was just pinging the ball over the top. Gusto was in on goal, like I said. Passed it across to João Pedro, and then João Pedro tapped it in to make it 1-1. And then right before half time, beautiful hold up play by Enzo Fernandez, clips it through to João Pedro, and what a finish. We are seeing a striker born here. He has been absolutely outrageous. His little dinked finish, it reminded me of Anelka-esque. When Anelka used to play for Chelsea and he'd do those chip shots, that is how that goal reminded me. It reminded me of the confidence Anelka used to have in front of goal for Chelsea. And like I said, he chipped it over, and yeah, it went in, which then made it 2-1 at half-time. We then came out of the gates doing exactly what we did in the first half, and that was firing on all cylinders. We looked really confident, knocking the ball round. We finally sort of stopped Villa from doing that counter-attacking play, which is good, because our set-piece coach that gets paid money finally figured out, oh, wait a minute, they're doing this, and he figured it out. So that was good. And then obviously the man that everyone wants to do well at the moment, because he's been on that dry spell, Cole Palmer, pretty much. Cole Palmer with an absolute thunder rocket from just inside the box, and it was great to see him score and see the Cole Palmer celebration that we've all loved and missed. And then for the last goal, beautiful ball by Cole Palmer. pings it through to Garnacho, who had a very good game, I just want to say. Garnacho, fair play to you. Today you had to go out there and prove a point, and you did. You showed that, you know, Pedro Neto obviously got sent off, but you proved that actually you are still up to the standard that we need. And fair play to you. You did well down that left wing, and you was absolutely cooking, Matty Cash. But yeah, ping over the top, that high line that Villa held all game for some reason. Basically one-on-one, and he unselfishly passed it across to João Pedro to get the hat-trick for the Brazilian. Obviously, Arsenal fans got this, Chelsea fans have got this, baby. But yeah, like I said, great goal by João Pedro. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. Can't thank him enough. But another player who had a bit of a mixed game. He didn't do too good at the start. He almost, that second goal Villa scored was his fault primarily, but he proved why again he's the best right back in the world, and that's Reece James. I don't like to harp on about him too much, but I absolutely love Reece James. I think he's quality. He does everything that he should do. You know, he's showing that, you know, your traditional right back, he comes in field, he wins the ball, he's strong, he's got great whip on him. Some of the passes he were doing in, just his captaincy to lead the team, he was just amazing last night. Like I said, he made a few slip-ups, but other than that, you know, I felt like he did well. Really was strong for Chelsea. Jorgensen as well, good to see him back. When I did my team prediction, I didn't think Jorgensen would be back, but he is. And he played pretty well. Obviously a bit sad for him to concede a goal 2 minutes in, but I don't think that could have been helped. Nothing he could have done. Other than that, he looked good and looked confident on the ball. There was obviously the few moments where he had the ball and they were closing him down, but I think that's just a natural thing. But yeah, he had a good game overall, so good to see him back. But the team just in general played so well last night. There was like a unity to it. Good flow, progressive football. You know, like I said, we did get caught on the counter a few times, which is something to be worried about, but it's something that can be so easily fixed. But other than that, everyone played absolutely amazing. You know, Hato in that left back position, Cucurella ain't being there. People worried that the void wouldn't be able to be filled, and Hato has done that. I think he's been absolute for his age. He's shown maturity, and fair play to Hato. I really do rate him. But yes, let's get into the favourite part of my videos, and that is the player review, best players. Obviously, there's no worst player, because like I said, everyone played really well. There's a few mistakes across the board, but other than that, nothing to say that somebody played awfully and they don't deserve to play the next game. But yeah, the player review for me, the best player, should I say at least, is João Pedro. Who else is there? Hat-trick and an assist. The guy was just absolutely on fire last night. It's so good to see a Chelsea striker firing on all cylinders again. The last striker we had that was actually doing this was Diego Costa. Obviously, João Pedro did well for Maresca in the World Cup Club Cup competition, but under Rafinha, he is absolutely flourishing, showing what a striker he is and showing what an absolute bargain he was for Chelsea, because he's been absolutely smashing it in for us, and fair play to him. I do love João Pedro. I think he's quality. He's finally found his rhythm. He's strong up top. He's got good link-up play. I just can't rate the guy highly enough. I think he absolutely smashed it last night. But yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying something new with the setup, obviously with a green screen now, seeing how it works out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. If you don't like it, I can go back to the old style with the TV in the background and stuff like that. But yes, I've been JB Lion. I'll see you dudes, dudettes, and everyone else in the next video. Peace, guys. Woo! Up the Chelsea.